Nothing about my normal life felt right. The house I'd been living in for years didn't feel like home. The bed I'd been sleeping in whenever I wasn't on the road was too hard, too big, too empty. The chaos of coaching, traveling was something I'd been used to since my days as an assistant coach, but now it felt off, like I wasn't quite on the same wavelength as my own life. During the regular season, everything was frenetic, so I'd long ago given myself a morning routine just to keep some semblance of normalcy throughout the year. It meant having 30 minutes of calm every day, which went a long way toward handling the general pandemonium that was life in the PHL. Every morning, I spent half an hour drinking a cup of coffee while I watched an episode of mindless TV. No news, no emails, no social media. No worrying about stats, injury lists, politics, or anything else that could amp up my blood pressure this early in the day. Somehow, I wasn't surprised that this morning my routine didn't do a damn thing to calm me or center me. It hadn't since I'd come back to New York. Why should today be any different? Sighing, I set my coffee cup down and rubbed my stiff neck with both hands. No matter how much I tried to just relax and enjoy this brief period of peace, all I could think about was who wasn't here drinking coffee with me. How empty the room was without some playful banter or relaxed conversation. How I'd spent all these years loving this routine, and it only took one summer in Lake Sutton for me to realize how fucking lonely it was. How fucking lonely I was. This didn't mean Brad and I should continue what we'd been doing all summer, though. It did, however, seem like a damn good wake-up call. I'd pretty much neglected to have a personal life, never mind a sex life or a love life, for the past few decades, and there was no time like the present to start prioritizing that. Assuming I could find someone better than the handful of guys I dated over the years. A lackluster past made it difficult to be optimistic about the future. But I wouldn't find anyone if I didn't look, so I promised myself that after practice today, I'd go out to one of the city's many gay bars and try my hand at connecting with someone, even if it was just a hookup. After all, the last time I'd done that, I'd wound up in bed with an insanely hot goalie who turned out to be everything I'd been missing in a boyfriend, too. Who knew what kind of lightning would strike tonight?
Swipe left, swipe left, swipe left. Swipe. No. No. Definitely left. From beside me on the bench in the locker room, Keith eyed me. Are you even looking at any of those profiles? Sighing, I shrugged. Kinda. No one looks interesting. Brad, dude. He inclined his head. You've swiped past at least half a dozen guys you would have been all over 6 months ago. What's up? My shoulders dipped a little. He was right. There were a lot of guys on the app who were attractive. On a normal day, I'd have at least given their profiles a second look. Today it was swipe left, swipe left, swipe left. Hey. Keith slid closer and lowered his voice. You okay? You've been someplace else ever since practice started up again. He paused. Well, I mean, your game is still on point, but the second you don't have hockey on the brain... He waved a hand in front of his own face. That guy you met over the summer mess with your head or something? I guess you could say that, yeah. So what happened? I ran my fingers through my shower-wet hair. Nothing, really, except that I spent the whole summer with him and now I can't get him out of my thoughts. Why did you guys call it quits then? I hesitated. Keith and I could be candid with each other about things we didn't dare tell anyone else, but we were in a locker room surrounded by our teammates. Even if I did decide to tip my hand about who I'd been with, it wouldn't be here, or now. It was just meant to be for the summer. Neither of us wants the long-distance thing, you know. He laughed dryly. Can't imagine why. Yeah, you know how it is. I still had no idea how he coped with only seeing his two boyfriends on occasion. They were only 200 and some odd kilometers away in Seattle, but they were both hockey players too, which meant seeing each other wasn't a frequent thing outside of the off-season. So you called things off? He asked. I nodded. We didn't really have much choice.